Hello and a very warm welcome. In today's video we are talking Lance Stroll and what has happened with this injury. As far as I'm aware and understand it, he trashed a garage after qualifying, breaking equipment, and he's obviously triggered a former injury from his cycling accident where he had to get surgery done. And now that injury has resurfaced from him basically going on a rampage, throwing shit around the garage. Also reports that he was swearing at his team. They have been disregarded by Mike Crack, the chief officer, former team principal of Aston Martin. But yeah, Lance Stroll, it's not the first time we've seen this. Go back to Qatar where he pushed his trainer out the way after a poor qualifying. He's had a poor qualifying at the Spanish Grand Prix. He qualified 14th, was very angry. Straight after qualifying, he's obviously gone in the garage, really annoyed, throwing stuff around. I mean, we've all done it, but like, he's paid millions to do a pretty average job. Yeah. He's obviously gone mental in the garage, rampage. Aston Martin put a load of shit out. Oh, his injury, he's been suffering with it for the last 6 weeks. No. What's happened is he's gone into the garage after qualifying, frustrated, pent up, emotions running high. He's gone on a massive rampage, destroying equipment. He's obviously hurt the previous injury that he had recovered from. But obviously you will still get lasting pains from that injury. And he's re-triggered it and probably had to get surgery now on the same treatment. But there's a big shout, who's going to drive in Canada? Can Lance Stroll make it back in time? I mean, after his surgery, where he had that cycling accident, he came back and got 6th at Bahrain. It was a heroic effort by Lance Stroll. But yeah, he's got anger issues. There's no doubting about it. We've seen it on more than one occasion. His interviews, he gives one-word answers. How was the qualifying, Lance? Bad. Are you excited for the race? We see what happens. You know, it's like week in, week out, it's the same persona. Aston Martin have been very, what's the word, quiet. Not really giving anything away. Almost frustrating, quite suspicious in not giving the fans an update. But Stoffel Van Dorn, former McLaren driver, Felipe Drugovich, these are people in Aston Martin's camp who could drive, but they have Le Mans. Now, what are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to drive at the Canada weekend, or are you going to do Le Mans 24-hour, where you've got a chance to put yourself in history, winning a prestigious race like that? Also, you've got the likes of Zach Crawford, but he doesn't have enough points on his super license. Sebastian Vettel would be so good if he would come back for just a one-off event. Valtteri Bottas is race sharp and fit, but obviously he's in the Mercedes camp. Aston Martin's chief trackside officer, Mike Crack, has shared some more insight into Lance Stroll's injury. He basically had to miss the race, Lance Stroll, but Mike Crack has basically said it's paddock. The usual paddock gossip about this situation. I'm just trying to find it now. Scrolling down, a lot of nonsense really coming out. So he's gone on to say plan A is for Stroll to be back in the car for his home race in Canada. Plan B involves having the likes of reserve drivers Drugovich and Van Dorn on standby. But these two will be doing the 24-hour Le Mans. So, like I say, it's a big decision for whoever gets the call up. Jack Crawford hasn't got enough points on his super license, so it will be interesting. But the whole scenario, the truth has not come out about this. I believe what's happened is Lance Stroll has gone in the garage. He's gone absolutely berserk. What's he been throwing around? I have no idea. It's triggered his wrist injury, and now he's basically in the same scenario he was when he had his cycle accident in 2023. Lance Stroll, ironically, has scored the most points for Aston Martin this season. He stands on 14. 12th in the drivers with 14 points. Alonso finally got off the mark in Spain. as he was the sole driver for Aston Martin at the Spanish Grand Prix. But yeah, just trying to find where it says it's paddock gossip. Bum, bum, bum. So yeah, comment down below your thoughts. What do you think's happening with Lance? Something doesn't add up about it, to be honest. Yeah. Be interesting. It'd be interesting. Can Lance recover in time? Is Drogovic going to be in Van Dorn? Or are we going to see someone outside the box? I would love for Seb Vettel to come back as a one-off race. That would be epic. I mean, he's got Aston Martin. He used to drive for Aston Martin. It would be perfect. But yeah, I've got to say, something doesn't add up about this Lance Stroll. I genuinely do believe he's trashed the garage. And you know when you get really angry, I've done it myself, you get really angry, you end up injuring yourself when the emotion, the adrenaline's pumping, you know. That's what I believe's happened. He's gone rampaging. He's triggered his injury again, and now he has to get surgery again. That's a big worry for Lance. Hopefully he recovers quickly. We wish Lance a speedy recovery. But yeah, maybe this is a harsh lesson to him that he needs to calm his emotions down. He's getting paid millions to do a pretty average job. I would say he's got a pretty good job. Yeah, put me in Lance's position. I'll bite your hand off. People can ridicule me all they want if I'm getting paid 8 million a year or whatever he's getting paid. Adios, adios. Oh, and I need to include, actually. No, I forgot. It's not adios. Forget that. Lance Stroll, does he want to be here? I keep seeing about retirement. Lance Stroll is a very good tennis player. He could easily make a career in tennis, probably. He's also well known that he's been doing these rally events in Portugal. So he's got other passions outside of Formula One. Tennis, rally. Is Lance Stroll's dad like forcing him to keep doing this? Because when we see Lance at the track, in his interviews, he just doesn't look interested at all. So, interesting. Comment down below. Adios. Adios, amigos. Adios.